Hi guys, it's Sebastian here from Preproduction Studio, and this video is all about your series pre-production and organization. Now I know I said a lot in the last video about just jumping into the animation production without, any sort of pre-production at all, and that's by all means I didn't mean that, but here's some pre-production tips that I'm going to share with you guys that I did that will help you, in the long run when your series really gets into the thick of it, if you would say. So but first, before we get into it, I'm going to show you guys the new things that I did ever since we left off, and that would be this. Just Pi looking out, he looks up, and then he sees the way. And it's so the camera work is actually pretty bad. I've been struggling a lot in OpenTunes with the camera, and this is just like the frames of Pi. These are the frames of Pi when he's sneaking across the shelf. So I did him like, walking over the fire pit and, behind the bottles and the bag of taters or something like that. And so that's really all I got done so far. So the first tip is organization, guys. And I really do want to stress this one because it can be very tedious to have an animation series when you don't know where anything is. So make a very specific folder that holds all your productions. And, the folders inside of it are very specific, as I said, meaning that you don't put the sounds with the music, the sound effects with the music. You don't put the drawings with the backgrounds, put everything in its own folder so you know exactly what you're looking for. The second is to create a storyline or some sort for your animation. This is just because when you're animating, you want to have true and, emotion behind it. So if you have a storyline behind your animation, you'll know what the character's thinking, feeling, and trying to convey to the other characters. And so it'll kind of be easier to animate them, and it'll add a lot of life to your animation too. That's very important. Except for with our series Castle Dark, it's a little bit more story driven than a series that has full dialogue. So as you can see, dialogue won't be the main. Conveying emotion definitely, but dialogue is not sort of a way to progress the story. But that's why I need to write more of a story, because I don't have a lot of filler dialogue or other kind of things I'm worried about. It's going to be an episodic thing where something happens in every episode. There's really no time to wait, if you know what I mean. And that's why for Castle Dark I wrote down all the main and critical events so that I can know what the Pi is going to be feeling then, and I can convey that through a very classic sort of style of animation. The third is to make a project for every one of your episodes and make each one of those episodes compiled up of scenes. As you guys can see, actually I'm going to show you guys how to make a project. So in OpenTunes, when you want to collect a new project, you do this, and let's name it Who Ha Land. And as you can see, it'll give you, in the OpenTunes directory, it'll give you a drawings, scenes, extras, outputs, and palettes folder specifically for that project. And then in this case, like the episode takes place in a different environment, you'll have different palettes and, drawings and scenes. And you can also organize the outputs so that when you compile all your scenes inside that project, they'll all be together for you to compile them in a different editing software to make your entire, movie or production. And I'll show you guys how to do that in another episode once I get actually some finished work in here. And the fourth and final one is just to keep up the momentum, guys. I think that if you just keep working on it every single day, finding time, even every week, just to spend an hour or 2 hours, even 5 hours a week doing it, just whenever you have free time, you don't know what to do, just get into that and make some damage in that series, guys. It's really going to pay off. Honestly, I've been, Castle Dark hasn't been the most attractive thing to me right now, but I still just kind of go in, I see what I can do some damage, get out. And it really helps move along the series. So I do hope to have a little bit more done by the next video, and I really appreciate you guys viewing these videos and watching them. So that's that, guys. Some tips for you guys to organize your projects and make sure they do not end up a disaster and a huge mess. That's all I really got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.